Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Roadology. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the netcode in Battlefield 6. So, it's been 4 days since I posted, right? Posted a little video, and last it was the settings video. If you want to check that out, you can check it out to get better at the game. But comparison of getting better at the game, we need the game to work to be able to, actually have a good advantage in the game instead of having to go against the game. So I want to talk about how the game is optimized. So the netcode, we all know that netcode is very bad, and it also is confirmed that it's going to be looked into and is going to be fixed. I don't know when, and that's why I'm talking about this video. First and foremost, that patch note was so ridiculous to drop, right? Yes, it's a good thing to drop the patch notes and give us feedback on what's fixed, but one thing is it's not good to put the patch notes in and then not put them in, and then possibly secretly putting those patch notes in the game and messing with the game that we don't even know about, right? So every time I get on a game and play for y'all and give y'all content, I feel new things every single day. First and foremost, I also want to talk about how the knife gameplay work. The knife gameplay should be Battlefield 4 type of gameplay, but it's not because the optimization don't work. I was playing, last stream I was playing as, a shadow knifer, right? I was playing as a ghost, and then every time I try to grab somebody, it was just ridiculous. People was running away from me, getting out of my grip when I already pressed the button before they ran. And also, it's just the knife combat is not good. It's like a mobile game. You got that magnetism to the person's body. It's not a two-shot kill anymore where you have to watch out for close quarter combat, like, melee combat. It's just like, yes, it's harder, but it's not necessarily good for the game because it's like, what can you do for other challenges and for other types of players? Because again, there are knife players. If there was knife players in BF4, then there's knife players in this game. And I actually liked that knife combat. I feel like it could do way better. But again, the netcode and how the game doesn't let you do anything. And when I was using the knife, I was like transforming into the enemy's body, trying to get the kill, and then my body sunk into the ground, all types of different sinkings, and like it's like, why am I sinking in so many different places and not being able to get what I'm supposed to get because I was working for that reward, right? And the same thing with the netcode with gunplay. It also feels like the spread is different for every weapon, and it wasn't like that in the beginning of the drop of the official game. The game was more laser beamy, but then we got the the fix on the spread. And again, I'm not saying that the spread fix is bad, but I'm saying fixing it like when we're playing the game without any heads up on what's fixed into the game, instead of like the main thing is that we're getting notices for fixes that doesn't necessarily pertain to the main topic that everybody is complaining about, which is the netcode, the gunplay, the bot XP stuff, the server browser and whatnot. We're just getting notices on every other little thing that's going on in the game, and it feels like we're getting like the little aspects of the bug changes that's in those patches. And I don't necessarily think that's a good idea. I think if you are dropping the patch, drop the patch. Just say what's announced in like a little patch or something. Because we got 200 changes, just say, hey, we're dropping 20 changes, and we're just going to list the 20 changes for this day, and You know, like, we can't have no fixes inside of the game because it's going to make people be like, oh, what is this? I never felt like this before because it's happening to me, and I'm sure it happens to everybody else who don't necessarily have, want to speak their voice on it, or they don't know if it's actually them or not. Because again, I'm experiencing it, so you're probably experiencing it as well. Those of you who's watching this video and other people who's playing the game at a general pace. In general,
person pushing in the point.
The netcode. We should not have a 2042 netcode, and I should not be bringing that ridiculous game up.
Here I go.
That game is not necessarily supposed to be in the category of Battlefield 6, but since it has to be in the category because of the optimization, which was one of the main reasons why that game failed in the first place, was because it's going into the same cycle, BF6 by the way, of not being able to register anything that's going on in the game and dying behind walls and getting your kills 2 seconds after the person already died. It's just not a fun experience, and it's not necessarily fun if you are a streamer or somebody recording the game, or if you don't have that good of an internet. Because again, BF4, and the reason why I'm gonna bring this up anyway, because the game was more optimized back then in its final form, because obviously we had lesser tech, we had the old engine of Frostbite and everything, right? So the 60 hertz, it don't feel like it's in Battlefield 6, but in the 60 hertz in Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 1, Hardline, if you have 100 ping or 60 ping, you can still play the game at an elite level compared to a person in 20 ping, at a 20 ping, a lower ping, right? Because the game is optimized and the bullets register even when you have a high ping. Yes, you're still going to feel that lag, but you can still do something about it because the game is optimized. The tick rate does not drop at all. No shadow dropping, nothing. The bullets, the hit scan works. Everything about that game works, right? And we just need something mainly about the netcode. The spread, it feels different every single day. I don't know if it's being fixed, while we're playing the game, which is not, again, a good idea. We need some type of confirmation if that spread is going well. We did obviously get that spread fixed back then, but it's also with the bug about and I almost forgot to talk about this. The bug about that recoil bug. It's similar to a recoil bug when you're shooting your gun and it's going against your recoil, and the recoil is actually tied to your your spread and your mouse or whatever that is. That should not be in the game. Why do we need that? Why do we need something to combat our aiming when it's like we don't have a PS5 controller to have it feel like we are able to feel the game in vibration, because mouses do not have that. We don't need the recoil spread or nothing to affect our aim. Just leave it how it is. Why do we need that? Again, it was stated that it's going to be fixed and everything is going to be well. I hope so, and I hope it drops soon. The next update is going to be Eastwoods, the golf course map, right? Is going to come out in November someday. Looking like the best map in the game. Obviously, because it looks more colorful and creative, and is similar to like a hardline map, of course, because we are in that hardline scene, right? So again, all of that stuff is hopefully is getting fixed. It stated it was going to get fixed, and I just want to get that out there, that the netcode and how the game feels is very bad. Playing a little bit off stream, and it's just, even when I'm off stream, it just feels off. And again, Having auto servers, in a game isn't good. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for the video. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. I'll be streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, green, purple, red platform. I'll put some more videos out for y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. This is